Hi guys. Sometimes when I get up, it's time consuming to cook. That's why some people don't like it, and that's why I try to produce and promote videos of stuff that are easy to make, quick to do. I wake up and I try to prepare lunch for Marina and myself, which we're going to eat about 1 o'clock or 12:30. Right now it's about 10 a.m. but I can't get up to do my cooking because it's a little inconvenient to move right now. So luckily there are stuff that are good for keto and low carb that were sent to me by friends. Some people, since I started this page, send me diet stuff. They send me different types of food like the lechon video, and some people sent me tapa and stuff so that we can give our rating on what we think of it, if it's good for our diet and such. Sometimes we don't post the videos if they don't pass because they break the rules of keto and low carb. But there are these good ones. Somebody just sent recently some longganiza and some tapa and sisig. So we're going to be trying those out, and that's what I'll be cooking today because it's going to save a lot of time rather than me producing it. So salamat na lang that there are people who are already making a lot of low carb fast food that is good for our diet and yummy at the same time. And it helps out people who are in quarantine because it's a home business, so we support each other. And the reason I can't get up right now is because my assistant is asleep and doesn't want me to move right now. She's actually listening to what I'm saying right now, and she knows we're talking about her. But when I start moving, she gives me this look where she's upset that we're getting up already. So I'm gonna let her rest a bit, and then I'm gonna still have to get up because it's already time to break our fast. Hope you like this video. For today's lunch of Marina and myself, I'm gonna be doing our favorite na mga Pinoy, is we're gonna have longganisa. I'm not going to make this longganisa. I'm just going to cook one that we got from a friend. And we avoid, mostly on keto and low carb, the sweet type of longganizas because mostly they're made with sugar, and we're avoiding that. There are those that are available now from low carb suppliers, pero I don't have that right now, and I got this garlic based one. The good thing about garlic, like alaminos, vegan, tugegaraw, lukban, is the garlic ones don't use, well, most of them don't use sugar. I'm not going to boil this, where you know the usual technique for cooking longganisa is you boil it in water, let the water reduce on its own until the oil of the longganisa is left. But I find personally, on certain timpla or mixtures of longganisa, that dilutes the taste. And then you have to watch the pot. What I like about this is that it's time saving for me and effort saving. I put it in the oven and bake it. And then after it's cooked inside and out, I may toast it later on a pan. See you later. Okay, so in our little oven here, it's a toaster type oven, which is for baking also. I'm going to put the longganizas in. I transferred them to a bigger pan because I want to space them out so that the air can travel around it and cook my longganizas through. So I put my longganizas in the oven, 180 degrees centigrade or 350 Fahrenheit, and then I'm just going to put this in for 15 to 20 minutes, and then I can do other things. I can do chores, and I can do my typing, I can do other projects while it's cooking, and I don't have to worry about it burning or moving it around or the water running out. And it's going to have much more flavor inside. So somewhere along the way, around 15 minutes, I don't want the longganizas to explode from the liquid inside. So I actually take this bent kebab skewer. I bent it for this purpose actually. I take out my longganizas and I just give them a quick stab, because I don't want them to explode in the oven the wrong way. You can see the juice is coming out. These are like ready to pop, and these can actually blow up in my frying pan later on. So just want those pressure inside to be released. Put all that. coming out. Put it back in and let it cook for the rest of the cooking time. So here is my longanisa from the oven. You can see it's kind of pale, but it's cooked through and the juices came out already and the oils. Now what I'm going to do, because I want this to have a nice crispier outside, I'm just going to transfer this to a hot pan. This has been heating for about 3 minutes. Into the longganisa stew. Now in the longganisa, it had spices and other flavorings, so I'm going to still use that oil that I extracted from the baking, and I just pour that into the frying pan as well. So I'm using a high heat here, and I want to cheat a little more char on this longganisa. So what I do is our very favorite for low carb is the cocoa aminos. Just pour a little on top and into the sauce. Mix them all around, and this is going to stick, as the sauce reduces, it's going to stick to the outside of the longanisa casings to give a nice tasty outside of the longanisa. Then I want it a little more salty, so pink salt. I'm going to let this reduce a bit and get all that nice flavor stuck to the longanisas. This may take about 5 minutes or more, depending how many longanisas you're cooking. Now I'm cooking on the smaller burner on high heat because I want hot spots in the pan so that I can control how much charring I get on my longanisa, so I don't end up burning them if I don't control the heat well enough. So the sauce is reduced nicely. You can see how the saucy parts are separating from the oil, and I'm just going to let that crisp up a little more, and then pwede nang plating. That's going to be really tasty dish. You can see how the cocoa aminos are also starting to stick onto the sides of the pan and onto the longanisa to give it a nice extra Diana char. And there we go. After about 2 minutes on high heat, I'm moving it around because you can see how it's nice and charred. This is the yummy part. That's what I'm moving around. That's why I want to use the small burner, so that the main heat is here in the middle and I can move longanisas around to take their turn on the heat. And I'm rolling it in that cocoa amino sauce blend there. So happy I found cocoa aminos. They make cooking so much easier and tastier for me. Get all that flavor concentrated. And then bam! Lunchtime. So here it is. We cooked some scrambled eggs. We're going to have this as the whole meal with some shirataki rice. And if you look at this longanisas, you see that beautiful char on it. That's not from sugar. That is from the reduced cocoa aminos when I did that last minute of cooking. So, ayan na, ready to eat. We've got our proteins, we've got our good fats, we've got our fiber with the shirataki rice. Pwede nang mag-lunch. Oh.
May naririnig ka ba?
Ano?
Yung tiyan ko. Gutom na ako.
Gutom na. Sige.
Let's go! Hot lunch!
Bam! Ako nang ha. So, enjoy this. Pwede ang longganisa. Just make sure you get the low carb type that's garlic based. Although you can get now some that are sweet based. Masarap.
Yabada-bada!